Ladies and gentlemen, I have started an episode called Critical Thinking 101. The reason is clear. Now that we live in the AI age, we are going to be under assault by bots, by people who have motives to push down news, beliefs, and many other things. Now more than ever, we need to develop the skills that would help us to know what's real and what is not. So before you forge an opinion from Instagram Reels and TikTok videos and all those very short form news, let us get the ability to reason things out by ourselves before we make any conclusion. As a result, I am starting this episode called Critical Thinking 101, and you can follow me for more content like this. Today, we're going to be talking about the question, what is a genocide? There's been talk about different things that are going on in the world right now and if they amount to genocide or not genocide. Just like all the following videos I'm going to be making, I'm not going to have a position on things. I just want to make sure that we understand the meaning of words before we start pushing or defining things as such. So today we're going to talk about what a genocide is so that when you go back to the news, you can make a determination on if that particular thing that's going on is a genocide or is not a genocide. Now, let us go to the dictionary meaning of a genocide. The Webster Dictionary or all the other dictionaries that are popular define genocide as a deliberate, systemic destruction in whole or in part of an ethnic, racial, religious, or national groups. So the first thing here is that it has to be deliberate, it has to be systematic, and it has to have a scale. Destruction. If you destroy one person, two person, three people, it's debatable if you can call that destruction. Destruction usually is used in words that has a large number or a significant number. And then the target, it should be specifically belonging to an ethnic group, belonging to a racial group, belonging to a religious group, or belonging to a national group. Okay, that's the dictionary meaning. And the UN definition goes on to expand to mention some of the acts. So it says the following acts committed with the intent to destroy. There again, it goes into the motive, right? Goes back to the deliberation. Like somebody has to actually say, I want to destroy. That's intent. So you're not just going there to steal, and then you see people guarding what you're trying to steal, and then you kill the people just because you want to get to the money. The intent should be to go and destroy. Okay? And you're not going to just go destroy because there's somewhere you're trying to go and you have to get there. So you destroy the people who are standing in the way. That's not the case. And then it says in whole or in part, which means that genocide could be part of the group, the ethnic, racial, religious, or national group, or it could be the whole. So you might be targeting a part of them, or you could be targeting the whole. And then it goes on to reiterate that it's national, ethnic, or racial, religious groups. So that the two of those are in concert on those particular groups. So those are dictionary meaning and the UN definition. Now, if you notice that keywords that are these two definitions are in agreement, right? Deliberate, which means it has to be something that you show intent towards. Systematic means it needs to be organized and planned. This is not something you just went to somewhere and be like, okay, you know what? Now that I'm here, let me kill everybody who is this particular group. No, you pre-planned it, you organized it, and you went straight up and executed your plan, which is to go and kill this group. Protected groups, of course, national, ethnic, and all those things. And then destruction. Destruction, usually I want to kill these people and I want to kill everybody who thinks like them. The scale is built into destruction. And then it could also be partial. That destruction could also be partial. I cannot get to this group of people in this place because they are fully guarded. So I know that they're always here. I'm going to go straight up and kill them. So these keywords, if you're looking at a news, right, an article, an Instagram reel, and they're saying that there's genocide performed against this group of people, you don't just take that as the truth, or you just don't take that as false. You use your brain and your understanding of the word genocide to determine if that's a genocide or it's not a genocide. That's what critical thinking is, right? So those are the keywords. Now, in the world, there's an international body that decided that they will try to prosecute international crimes. So they take the definition from the United Nations, and what people have agreed is the meaning of genocide. So how does the International Criminal Court interpret genocide for prosecution and things like that? They come back to the word intent, and it must be specific, right? I want to kill this group of people. You have to prove that the aggressor determined in his mind and his intentions that they need to go in there and kill. For instance, I am going to kill these people because they're Christians, because they're Muslims, because they're Jews, because they're this. Not that I went to kill and then I discovered them and then decide to kill them, right? I have to have this intention as I'm going to kill these people. And that's what qualifies as a genocide. That's one of the things that qualifies. It goes on to tell you that this is different. A genocide is different from crimes against humanity. So you might be dealing with people that are performing crimes against humanity, but they're not performing genocide. That's very important, because crimes against humanity means that you might be killing Christians as part of your aggressive act, but you're also killing Muslims, but you're also killing people who don't even believe in anything. You get what I'm saying? So as part of your grand strategy, you're not just going and targeting, you're killing, which means you're performing crimes against humanity. You can interpret that as genocide. The ICC says that is not genocide. The United Nations says that is not genocide. The dictionary says that is not genocide. They're the ones who actually brought the word into definition. So you cannot take your own interpretation of things from wherever you got them without actually consulting the source of the word. And the source of the word is saying there are other things that you might be doing that is not genocide. It could be crimes against humanity, and it could be ethnic cleansing. Yes, they do define ethnic cleansing different from crimes against humanity and different from genocide. And that's where you guys need to actually use your critical thinking to understand the meaning of these words before you assert that these things are happening. So guys, whether or not a genocide is happening in these places that is claimed, is up to nobody but the definitions that have been put down in the dictionary, in the United Nations, in the ICC, in the international bodies that have defined what genocide means. Because if we don't take those interpretations as what it is, anybody can come up with a definition that fits whatever political strategy that they want, and then they go with it. So I can say that's genocide. You can call whatever it is that's genocide, and somebody else can have a definition of what genocide is, and then it becomes hard to prosecute people. It becomes hard to even decide. And when it's hard to decide, it's hard to actually write laws against genocide. So one thing is clear. We need to get the basics on our understanding of words before we ascribe it to a situation. And now more than ever, critical thinking is very important. So let us try to get back to the dictionary, get back to the meaning of words. Let's get back to understanding things as they are so that we can fortify our minds against manipulation tactics, against people's agendas, or even just against the counter agendas. Because yet it might be a genocide, but we can't really say because we don't know the meaning of a genocide. And it might not be genocide, and we're just being hoodwinked into believing it's what. The point is clear. Understand the meaning of words. Serious but not too serious podcast. Follow for more content like this. and I'm going to see you in the next episode.